Are you a new insurance agent and you're really wanting to know what in the world are top insurance producers embracing to find success? Well, I'm going to give you the three things that they're deploying that may be different than what you're currently doing now. So, thanks for joining with me in this content today. We're going to bring it today. So, I hope you're ready. First off, this is all about the AIM system, A, I, and M. Three things that top insurance producers are deploying on sometimes the daily to be able to experience dynamic results. You've got to aim for something or you will miss everything. Understand that a top insurance producer is laser focused on the most important thing at every given minute. They know how to aim. So, tip number one of the AIM system is they embrace their natural ability. Ability is important. You all have talents as insurance agents. Every human being has the ability normally to help somebody else. You've got to embrace your ability, but that's going to come through pain. A lot of insurance agents, when they're brand new, they look at pain like weakness. A top insurance producer will look at pain as the path to wealth. They know it's necessary. They know it's needed. They know if they want to progress, they know you've heard it said, no pain, no gain. You want to get what you want, you've got to give others what they desire to be a dynamic producer in the insurance space, but you've got to embrace pain. Pain is necessary, it's needed, it's going to help you step to the next level. And top insurance producers know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they need to learn this sales skill. They need to be scalpel sharp. So they know how to practice. They know how to drill. They know how to rehearse. They rehearse it so well that it becomes a piece of them so that they can give a piece of themselves to others. Being an insurance agent is phenomenal. But if you want to be powerful, you want to be a top producer, you've got to embrace your natural ability by scalpel sharp, being scalpel sharp every day. You've got to practice. You have to drill. You have to rehearse. And that sounds really boring for a lot of people. I get it. But you've got to embrace this craft until it becomes a piece of you. You've got to let it become a piece of you so that it becomes something that you give the best of you to others. You want to be a beast, you've got to be your best. And you don't become your best if you don't practice. So you've got to practice, you've got to drill, you've got to rehearse, you've got to embrace it until it becomes who you are and how you help others. So your natural ability, tip number one, that top insurance producers deploy on the daily, they embrace their ability to give back to others by grinding through the pain. They know how to embrace pain. It's not a problem. And when they hit their leads, they embrace pain all day long. It doesn't make them blink. And that's why they will a lot of times experience sometimes a higher level of production, touching the same people that you do. It's because they learn their craft, they learn their skill, and they're not afraid. They don't cower. They get courage to do what unsuccessful agents are really sometimes unwilling to do. Practicing and drilling and rehearsing sounds really boring. Sometimes agents are like, I just want to sell. Well, to be able to sell and take care of great people with great products, you're going to need to be scalpel sharp. And you will get dull if you don't practice, if you don't drill, and if you don't rehearse until it's a real piece of you, so that then you can bring the best of you with your own natural ability in these homes or with final expense telesales over the telespace, the phone. Use it to be powerful in your ability to give back to others. But things that insanely productive and powerful insurance agents do, well, they know how to embrace their own natural skill set by practicing and drilling and rehearsing until it becomes a real piece of them, because pain is weakness. That's how it's perceived by a lot of people. Powerful insurance producers, we know that pain is the path to wealth. And if you want wealth, you got to work through any weakness that you may have. It'll make you better as you give back to others. So tip number one, embrace your natural ability, but don't try to reinvent the wheel. This is a very old profession. It's a learned skill. Sales is an absolute learned skill set, and you can become a beast too. So I hope this is helping you. And I do run a national insurance agency. We're going to dive into tip number two with you. And if you need any free resources, or if you need a good work family to call a home, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. Always free resources for the taking. And we do recruit and partner with powerful insurance agents across this nation, selling life and Medicare and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So tip number two, the second thing that an insanely powerful insurance producer will deploy on the daily and weekly to find wealth is intentionality. That's the I of our AIM system. A top insurance producer that's really powerful is insanely intentional. They are intentional about the action that they take daily. They don't focus on feelings. They don't let feelings find them broke. If you feel and wait for your feelings to get you on the phones, you're going to go broke. If you wait for your feelings to somehow push you out that front door to go face to face with your sales career, you're never going to make it. You're just going to sink in this business. You must take action. You've got to be intentional in everything you do, everything you say, and every interaction. You've got to be intentional. You must be intentional about booking appointments if you're a face-to-face insurance agent. Top producers know this. They will be intentional about taking control of their business because nobody should care more about your business than you. Top producers know this. They control every aspect of their business. You will find action with everything that's in you. No retraction. You need to be intentional if you want to be a top producer. Burn the ships. There's only one way to go, and it's one direction. You've got to aim for your target if you want to take it to the next level. Scared money always loses. You've got to be all in or not at all. So top producers know that they're going to be intentional. 100% engagement with every consumer, 100% engagement with every phone call. And that's how they're able to get more production with the same people that you're talking to. They know that they're going to find action with no retreat. That's how they're really engaging in powerful ways. They're controlling what they do, and that's how they control a different outcome. Small margins sometimes, a lot of people don't believe this, but a small margin between a powerful producer and a producer that doesn't make it. A powerful producer embraces their natural ability, but they practice and they drill and they rehearse. Tip number one. That's the first thing that a top producer does. They're their best. They bring the best of them to the table. But the second thing that they do is they're absolutely laser-like focused with intentionality. Every phone call, they will control. Every interaction, they will control their appointments. They're not going to set themselves up for failure. They're going to find ways to get booked. If you're a face-to-face insurance agent, you're going to book your week because top producers know that's the path to wealth. If you're a final expense telesales agent, you're going to get your leads so that you can launch. You're going to buy leads if you really want to become a top producer. Scared money always loses. And if you're not buying enough leads, you don't believe enough in yourself to be able to succeed. And top producers, top final expense telesales agents acquire the needs necessary so that they can be intentional about succeeding. Some insurance agents, it's so hilarious sometimes because it's a very simple thing to buy leads, but not everybody does it. So sometimes a brand new insurance agent will just dominate, and it's because they did what they knew they should do, and that's called buy leads, see the people. Buy leads, talk to the people, and they take off. And then sometimes a veteran agent that doesn't buy leads on the regular wonders why their income isn't the same. Well, you got to buy leads. You got to believe you can do it. You got to burn the ships. You got to be intentional. Be intentional. Intentionality is so important. Buyer intent is important, but your intent on handling those leads, not letting feelings find you broke, but just leaning forward to find, hopefully, the best chance of financial success. 8% in the nation will just make it and just dominate this industry. But 90% of the agent force doesn't make it because they didn't know how to aim. They didn't know how to hit the right target, and top producers never take their eyes off the target. They transact at higher levels because they're helping more people. They embrace their natural ability. Tip number one, they're active in their intentionality. They take massive levels of action. They may buy more leads than you do. They're not afraid to believe in themselves and buy leads. It's a leap of faith. I get it. To buy leads, boy, it can be scary, but if you want to find success, you've got to go all in. You cannot retreat. You cannot have this defeat in you. Do not lean on your feelings, or you're never going to have a great chance of finding success. Top final expense telesales producers, we know this. Tip number 3 of the AIM system, if you're taking notes here, is motivation. Motivation is important, but motivation is fleeting for a lot of agents. You've got to understand that top final expense telesales insurance agents and top annuity insurance agents and even top Medicare insurance agents know that this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And sometimes agents can fall victim to this. Top producers, no, they're going to focus on movement. Keep that flywheel moving. They've got to keep moving. Keep everything in motion. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And when you're new, you've got to sprint your marathon. For those of you watching, you've got to sprint your marathon. It's a boring business, but motivation is all about one thing: making the most of every call, moving, 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 trusting the laws of large numbers. Top final expense insurance producers, top insurance, life insurance agents, they know they got to just do more. It's a boring business. You've got to have natural ability. You've got to embrace the systems that you have in place. You've got to be intentional with everything you do. You've got to take massive levels of intentional action, not focusing on feelings, but finding more people to talk to, finding more ways to bring value. And then you've got to find motivation to do it all again. And boredom can beat you up. Boredom can take the best of you and make you slack. If you want to find success, you cannot slack. A lot of insurance agents can fall victim of becoming a hero one day and then feeling like a zero the next day. And that's because you didn't zero in on doing more. You didn't zero in on your natural ability. You didn't zero in on finding intentional ways to bring value to your consumer by taking massive, massive levels of action. Once you find your motivation, once you find your mojo, so to speak, you just have to do more. Do more in a boring business, and hopefully you're going to make more money as a result. But 3 things that insanely productive and powerful insurance agents embrace on the daily: they embrace their ability. They embrace pain, because pain is the path to wealth. They know how to be intentional. Tip number 2, the thing that they embrace, top insurance producers embrace intentionality. We're so intent on helping people, about hustling, about taking massive levels of action with no retraction. We believe in ourselves. We buy leads. We trust the laws of large numbers, and we buy a lot of them. We know if we want to find wealth, we got to buy leads, and we know feelings will leave us broke. Top final expense telesales agents, we know that feelings will leave us broke. We've got to find the leads. We've got to find ways to bring value. And then guess what? When we uncover their problems, we sometimes will have the right product to take that pain and make it go away. Then third thing is top final expense telesales producers and top life insurance agents always find the motivation to do more. We understand we're going to just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. This is not a sprint where we bolt out of the gates and then we get beat up and we're gone. We know this is a marathon. We're just going to keep running, keep running, keep running. We know we're going to get told no. We know we're going to get told no. And that's not a problem, because we know where our target is. We know how to take care of good people, and we just get after it every day. A boring business, yes, but we know how to be a beast. If you're a top insurance producer, we just do more of a very, very simple business. This business isn't easy, but it's very, very simple. I hope you find tremendous success about these 3 little tips that we shared with you. The 3 things that top insurance producers do may sound boring, but it'll hopefully help you be your best. Have a great day, my friends. Any topic you'd like me to take up for you, put it in the comments below. I would be more than privileged to help you. Thanks for joining with me. Have a powerful day. And if you're watching this on December 22nd, a Merry Christmas to you in a couple days. We'll see you soon, my friends. I appreciate you.